Need audio show.
Welcome to LassoLab Basics, how to install LassoLab. I'm Sean Stevens, and beside me I have
John Guthrie.
And I am today going to be installing LassoLab onto my machine. The interesting part about that is that my machine has been around since the dawn of time. I actually realized I think I have Mac OS 8 point something was the original operating system, and I've just updated and updated and updated, and every version of Lasso has been on this laptop. I mean, it is a mess. We want to prove the fact that on a messy laptop you can still install and use LassoLab. And in order to do so, I thought in order to be safe, you bring this guy with you. It's easy. Everyone should have one of these. So for all intents and purposes, let's get started. I'm going to try, and John here is going to watch me and make sure that I can download it and do it myself. There's going to be a couple of things we're going to do today. I'm going to tell you where you can get it. We're going to tell you what the requirements are, and we're going to talk about some gotchas that you might have as you do it. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, let's get into where to go from here. You start by going to the internet. The internet's a series of tubes. You guys may not know that. If I go here and I type in www.LassoSoft.com, you will see a pretty website. Oh, it's such a nice website. Excuse me, I'm just going to hug it a second. Okay, there we go. That's the nice website. On that website, you will see down at the bottom a big purple button. Everyone should have a purple button called Download LassoLab for free. I click that. It takes me to a download page. That's easy. And on this download page, as you may or may not realize, I am using OSX. Now, I believe this will install on... What will install on?
Install on OS 10 and also on Linux and on the various flavors of Windows that Lasso 9 is supported upon.
Now, there's a requirement to have Java. Is that correct? Installed on your machine
Yes,
first?
Correct. So if Java is not installed, then you will get an error. But if you need to install Java on Windows, then it's available via Oracle. Windows themselves, Microsoft actually have a version of Java, but we suggest you use the Oracle version of Java.
Right, Java. I'm sure I have Java because I'm running Mac OS X. So I click that button. You'll see up here in my downloads bar that it is downloading here. So we'll just wait. Oh, it's 121 megs. Okay, it's downloading away. And so while it downloads, just out of pure interest, LassoLab is actually based on the very, very popular IDE called Eclipse.
Correct.
Now, for those of you who don't know what an IDE is, that's an integrated development environment. Is that right?
Yep.
I know my acronyms. Who knew? And what that means is you can download this and you can use it to develop in various languages, but the specific language that this is targeted to is...
Lasso 9.
There you go. And does this work with Lasso 8 at the moment?
You can write Lasso 8 code, but it's going to criticize you for using incorrect syntax if you use colons.
Right. Well, we'll get to that in another one. So here we go. I have a download. I am just going to go and find my download folder here. It's here it is here. And inside that I see a folder, LassoLab. Let me just drag that to my desktop so it's easy to see, and we'll get rid of my downloads folder. And we'll get rid of my browser here as well. And now inside that folder, I'll click on that, and I'll open that up, and it comes up with this. And inside here we see a little LassoLab. And if I click that, what happens? It says LassoLab is an application downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? Yes, I do. So I'm going to open that, and for all intents and purposes, LassoLab is opening.
On the wrong monitor.
LassoLab is opening on the wrong monitor. So, but that's okay. You can trust me. It is actually opening.
You get a nice purple window.
And it's simple as that. Now, a quick question: do you need to have Lasso 9.2 in order to run this?
You don't need Lasso 9.2 in order to run LassoLab. However, you do need Lasso 9.2 if you wish to use the more advanced features of LassoLab.
The more advanced features.
Yeah.
So
debugging, runtime configurations, those sorts of things require Lasso 9.2 to be installed.
Right.
Yeah.
And how much is LassoLab again?
Free.
There you go.
Absolutely free.
Well, that was it. That was installation. It doesn't get any easier than that. Now, there are a few gotchas, so let's talk about those gotchas. One gotcha in particular is if you have Lasso 8 or a previous version of Lasso on your machine, and you will need to get Lasso 9 running on your machine in order to run LassoLab and get all the benefits and the wonder out of it.
Specifically Lasso 9.2.
Right. And so what we want to do here is go to this link, LassoSoft.com/configure-Lasso-8 and 9 side by side. You can actually get to this. Let me show you. It's a little easier than that by going to the Lasso store, buy Lasso 9, click download, and on this download page at the bottom here you'll see configure Lasso 8 and 9 side by side on one server. If I click that, then I will get an article on how to do this, and that is beyond this because I don't need to do that because I have this guy and he's going to set it up in another video for me. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your guys listening.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Good call.
Hey, you know, these mugs, these are left-handed people. Unless, of course, you're narcissistic and want to actually look at the fact that the logo's that way.
That's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We're going to have to get some right-handed mugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Слушайте по ночной радиошоу.